Welcome to Save As Ability, a podcast to educate and inform you about disability employment issues. My name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Hey everybody, how are you? It's David D'Arcangelo back with another 5 tips for people with disabilities in employment. First, I want to thank everybody. Please like, subscribe, share. Our channel is growing. It's because of you. Send us comments, send us ideas for future episode. We're all ears over here, so thank you for your support. All right, so today we're talking about navigating opportunities and 5 disability employment resources that I want to share with you. So we're right into it. The first one is called the American Job Centers. Now remember, we're talking about people with disabilities here, so that's a large spectrum. It's people that have a work history. It's people who maybe don't have a work history and everywhere in between. Okay, so a great place to start is the American Job Centers. Really, they can provide services to get people with disabilities. It's tailored for people with disabilities and people in the public realm looking for jobs. So, they've got great benefits there where they can help you access a search. They can show you the tools that they have, all free. Their government's paying for it. To be able to provide you the resources you need. You can go in there or you can talk to them online. And really, it's a great resource. It's a free resource available to everybody and everybody at different parts of the job search. So this is a good one because it really covers everybody from entry level all the way up to people who have significant experience. All right, resource number 2 is Disability.gov. This is a great online resource because it does a nice job of collecting all of the other resources, if that makes sense, right? So it can be somewhat frustrating because you go there and you expect like, okay, well, where's the there? That really isn't what this site is about. This site is really more of about a collection. It's like a comprehensive collection of all the resources that the government has to offer. And oftentimes the programs start on the federal level and then go to the state level as well, or sometimes even nonprofit organizations as well, private organizations as well, fund these programs. So there's a ton of tools and resources available. They have a lot of information about training and retraining, but they also have information about employment laws and workplace accommodations and things like that. So it's mostly geared to the job seeker, but there is some information there for employers as well. All right. They do have some nice success stories there. If you look in their categories from Disability.gov users, those may resonate with some people who are trying to find their own employment path. Resource 3, we've talked about this one extensively here, and that's the Job Accommodation Network. And so that's for the employees, but for the employers, they have within the Job Accommodation Network a thing called Ask Jan, where employers can go or employees can go in and look at, well, how can I facilitate the reasonable accommodation process, for example? But they have a ton of different information that goes very in depth and is really by the book. It's a resource that I use all the time, both as an employee and as an employer. And it really has a great role in the accommodation world. Many employers rely on it, and employees should rely on it to go to it as the resource or one of the resources. So all types of people with disabilities are covered here, and there's various levels of assistance offered, again, in their guidance documents that they have there. They have a large array of examples of successful accommodations that may help employees and employers problem solve for those specific accommodations, particularly ones that may be a little bit more challenging to solve for. And again, it's free of charge. I would ask you to go to that. Resource number 4, Ability Links. Okay, now this one is really a collection of links, and it's like a job board, if you can think of it that way, where it focuses on inclusion of people with disabilities and things like job matching and what it takes to craft a job. And so it has features for both employers and employees. And I've really tried to balance that out with these resources. Oftentimes people with disabilities think it's only about them. Well, you need an employer to be employed. So it really takes And I'd ask everybody to think both of the employer and the employee here, because that's what we're talking about, is that matchmaking that's done well here on Ability Links. I'm getting ahead of myself. It really is about both the employee and the employer. And so they've got features for both. They've got success stories that you may want to look at that really help people and can resonate with people so that they can personally identify with oftentimes challenges and how people are overcoming those challenges to become employed. And that's what we want. And then number 5 is a great one that I've actually just recently learned about in research of this topic. And it's the National Telecommuting Institute. I had heard about it vaguely when I was commissioner and I was director and looking around and things like that. But I've really found out that this is a great resource, and they do a great job on work in the remote fashion, in the virtual environment for people with disabilities. We've talked about this before, how unfortunately transportation can be a real barrier for a significant amount of prevalence types of people with disabilities. Well, if there's one thing we've learned from COVID, it's that there's much telework out there that can be done very effectively. And this NTI really does a nice job of focusing on these remote work opportunities for people with disabilities. And again, similar to the other sites, they have some success stories there. They talk about various accommodations and ways that people have been able to really make these jobs work for them. And they also have information on training programs and other supports offered. So I would connect with them about job opportunities. So that's just my top 5. There is a ton of others out there. Of course, there's the EEOC if you need guidance on the finer points of the disability employment law and enforcement, things like that. So, it's all just a search away if you've got access to a computer. So I would encourage you to take advantage of these services. These are free services. We want to make sure that people are having access to opportunities to become employed, because we really believe that that employment leads to greater levels of independence and self-determination, access to opportunity. We're all in various states of ability. Hope you enjoyed this top 5. This came from a viewer, so please send your ideas in. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you next time. David D'Arcangelo, Save Visibility. For more information about disability employment issues, please visit our website, disabilityemploymentsolutions.com. The Save As Ability podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our YouTube channel at Disability Policy Expert, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Subscribe, stream, rate, and review our shows. Your ratings and reviews help our show reach new audiences. Produced by Pod Pro Entertainment. Save As Ability lives within a network of podcasts located at podproentertainment.com. #TheNewRadio. Again, my name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Until next time, thank you. I hope you have a great day.